Okay, this is preparation of popcorn part 1. So, as you can see, we have the Rickenbacker's white corn. White corn seems to work the best. We have our little doodad for holding the butter. Now, this isn't something that's totally necessary, but I'm going to stick it in the microwave for about a minute to heat the container. Earlier, I took a little over, since I was going to be making many batches here. I got a double boiler going here. You see, this is readily available on Amazon, and will fit in any pot of sufficient size for it to fit in, where the lip will hang in there. You put water in there, you boil the heck out of it, and keeping an eye on it so it don't boil over, and you melt your butter without burning it. Of course, you can see all the floating stuff in there. I threw away my cheesecloth a long time ago. Otherwise, I'd strain this through cheesecloths to get all the little particulates out of the. They have a name for all the particles, all that stuff that's in the butter. It's fat or so, I don't know what it is, but anyway, you can strain that out. I just don't worry about it. It doesn't hurt anything. It's all part of the butter. Anyway, the butter's ready, and we're ready to start popping. So I got my super duper popper here, and as you can see, there's several fill lines in here. Well, a couple anyway. And I generally, if you fill it to the top one, más o menos like that, then it'll pop and fill the container. So you put this little doodad in, stick it in there, and then set the cook time for about 2.5 minutes. But that's just more or less what determines the time is when it kind of stops popping and you take the popcorn out. If you leave it in there too long, it's gonna burn. So sometimes it takes 2.5 minutes, sometimes it takes 3 minutes, sometimes it takes 2 minutes. It just depends on different variables, how much popcorn you put in there, how hot your popper is, whether it's the first batch, second batch, third batch, whatever. They all finish popping at different rates. I already hear the first pop at about 154, the first kernel popped. But here we go. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I have a way that I take the popcorn out. I'm not gonna let the video run for 1.5 minutes while I demonstrate that. But what it amounts to is I take the pot holder. It's kind of dirty. Anyway, and grab the little. You can see it's got a little handle on there. That thing is hot enough to burn your hands if you're not careful. So I just kind of gingerly grab that little nubbin thing with the pot holder and ease it out and kind of jiggle it until the popcorn falls out in there and at an angle, hold it by the little nubbin thing and kind of jiggle it, and the popcorn will come out, and ease out the rest, and all that'll be left are the unpopped kernels. And that's what this little bowl's for. I throw the unpopped kernels in there because if you throw them in the trash can, they're going to be so hot they'll melt through the plastic. So you don't want to chunk them. You want to put them in a container to hang on to them until they cool, and then you can dispose of them in your plastic bag. Okay, I'm going to transfer my melted butter to my little container here. It's already cooled off. I don't think heating it really help that much. Well, I can already hear it slowing down on the popping. You can see it's pretty full. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. And you can see that it's, I need me a helper to hold the video. Hey Ruby, can you hold the video and while I finish this process here? Come on, come on. You're not on video, that's what the video's saying, see, so. Okay, now can you see what's happening here? Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, so you just kind of, if you ain't careful, you'll burn your fingers, so. I'm gonna take this and kind of flop it over. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you come around so you can show the viewer, you know, you can't see the inside of the bowl here, so you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah. Anyway, you see I'm jiggling it like this, kind of help it out, and it leaves a natural little dip in there. It actually popped almost all of the popcorn this first batch, but your kernels stay in this here first little dip when you do it like this. So you just dump it out like that. And you're ready to put your next batch of popcorn in. Throw the little top on. Stick it back in there. And go to town. Okay, now we're gonna be careful. Now let me turn the butter off here. Take my little pot with my butter, and this is where I try not to make a big mess and burn myself as I pour the butter into my little doodad here. There we go. Of course, now I got that melted butter in the pot. Luckily I have some hot water, super hot water here, so I just put it in there. You probably didn't notice it because I was so slick at covering it up. That pot's pretty dang hot. Just dump it. And then save the rest of that hot water for when you need to clean this thing. Now, your popcorn's all done, so you kind of flatten it out and you let it start dribbling. You spin your pot, and kind of work out in a spiral. Start at the center and just dribble it in a spiral like that. And that's plenty of popcorn. Plenty of butter. Put a sparing amount of salt on there, and then shake the heck out of it. Like you're over at Panda Express cooking noodles, you know. And that's it. The next batch will go on top of this. This time I can dispense this to getting that back, getting popcorn. This was for Randall, but I don't think he's still sleeping. But that's all there is to it. So. Now you know how to use the super duper doodad to pop popcorn. And the second batch, when you're doing all the prep work on that, well, your second batch is already popping, and it'll be through in a second. And how is it, Ruby? She gave me a thumbs up. So, see, look, it's already done. That was set at 2.5 minutes, and see, it's generally going to be done. That just so happened that it seemed to last 2.5 minutes, but sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's less. But anyway, I'm going to sign off and get the gist, and no sense to beating it to death.